and he came out in an American uniform with Captain Barr, and he said, no, this young man is under our auspices, and he's being sent to the United States for training, and you can't touch him. So the OSS was overpowering, of course. You couldn't touch the OSS. And I was sent to the United States. In the United States, I arrived there, and I'm going to talk to you about this. I do not remember exactly whether I ended in Baltimore or in Boston, but I believe it was Boston. And there were two guys standing there waiting for me, and Claude had given me a big envelope, but I was not allowed to open that envelope. I gave it to those two guys, and they took me to a restaurant because it was early in the morning. I was on a ship, and when I went to the restaurant, they ordered pancakes, and that was the first time that I tasted American pancakes, and I still love them. Yeah. Instead of, and then I was sent to Camp Ritchie. Have anybody heard of Camp Ritchie?
The Ritchie Boys. Some people saw the movie, The Ritchie Boys.
Analia,
Yes.
please. I'm asking if anybody ever.
They didn't.
Camp Ritchie was an intelligence service camp, a secret camp where people were trained for counter-espionage, and that's where I got. That's why I joined the Army, the U.S. Army, and got training as a counterintelligence agent. Now, at this point in time, after I was enlisted, I was sent to Georgia to Camp Benning, to boot training, basic training, and then again I was back to counterintelligence. To make it explainable to you, is OSS is what they call offensive intelligence, meaning spy and spy or kill. CIC, which is intelligence, is preventing the enemy to make to make espionage. And forget it. More or less, this is the end of my story, because after my training, I landed on WW2 in Normandy, and I can tell you more about more criminals that I have arrested. I did interrogation. I was also trained as a pilot for photo intelligence, and I think that I would like to finish here and open it up for questions. I'm sure that some of you have questions. I'll be so happy to answer them.
Okay, hold on one sec. And then, yeah, do a break. Okay, we're gonna take a break here. So, yeah, landing D-Day +2, which is 2 days after D-Day, with his infantry division, and he landed on the beach in Normandy, Utah Beach, right? And so part of his, yeah, go ahead. Part of his, feels like we missed one.
These two pictures are 2 days after D-Day, after the landing.
Yeah, and then one more. Wait,
No, that's Nuremberg.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That's March. We entered Nuremberg on March 1945.
Yeah.
And that's a picture of things.
Somebody's holding out the white flag. You can see that the surrender. So what my dad's team did is they swept through France and made their way towards Germany, and they were towns and securing anything to do with communications. So like they would the telephones, the post office, They would be arresting.
All that counterintelligence.
Yep, all that counterintelligence stuff. Then eventually made their way through to Nuremberg, where they were stationed at the Nuremberg trials, the building. They were protecting the building. They were dealing with all the ins and outs, the security of the Nuremberg trial building. They were also doing, arresting war criminals, doing all that fun stuff. If you go to the next.
Yeah, this
Wait a minute,
oh,
can I ask a question so people can hear? What happened to you when you were in charge of security at Nuremberg and you had a radio?
Oh yeah, okay, hold on, that's another
The
story.
radio,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the guy that fixed your radio. Can
Yeah.
you tell it little bit?
Well, of
Little
course.
story. Okay, but just let him get to this slide here, and then, oh no, the next one. The next one. So this is his team.
These are all secret agents.
He's the youngest, if you see the little
Yeah.
arrow there. He's the youngest of the team. Everyone was professionals, lawyers,
Lawyers, police.
Teachers.
professors, teachers. And so you want to tell the story about going into?
No, first the
No,
story.
that's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, in 1945, when the war was over, General Eisenhower decided that,
Yes.
General Eisenhower decided that communication or fraternization with the Germans for all American personnel was forbidden. So, in other words, there was a fraternization ban for all the GIs. You know what a GI is?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what it stands for?
Government issue.
Government issue. Everything that we had was government issue. Our watches, our underwear, our handkerchiefs, everything was government issue. So no American could speak or do anything with the Germans. That of course was for the ordinary GIs or officers, but not for a guy like me, because I had all our CIC agents, because we needed to speak to people, to find out things, we also had an office where the Germans could come in and complain or to us and tell, we know of a Nazi hiding there, so we would go out and arrest them. So since that